Here we go then, guys. It's a Saturday morning here on Porpeang Farm in Thailand, and Toon's done the usual disappearing trick. She's legged it off into town to the local weekend market. She's buzzing, very excited because she's ordered 5 water lilies for the lake and the irrigation canal around the outside of that. So hopefully they will be ready for collection today. And I am flying solo on midwifery duties. You can't see them at the moment, but Blackjack and PJ are expectant mothers and due any day. Mind you saying that, they're all due any day, and then they seem to like drawing it out. I think they're too posh to push, but hopefully any day now we'll get a few more bundles of joy additions to the herd. There's little Kevin underneath the basket there with his mum Slim. Kevin the pervert, actually. He's a naughty boy. He's always trying to play hide the goat sausage inside TJ and Boston. Luckily those boys won't have anything of it. So yeah, so Kevin won't be staying with us. We've got no room for perverts. Right, so as I say, it's just me today. So you got no eye candy at all. Mind you, oh, hang on a minute, I can't change the orientation of the camera. I'm just going to flip it around so you might not be able to see me, but I'm sure you'll agree I am now sporting a very distinguished beard. I'm looking like a bad cross between Brian Blessed and Captain Birdseye. So enough of that, eh? Right then, apologies for the shakiness, guys, because it's not like I've got DTs or anything. It's I'm still using the phone video. Apologies if my finger's getting away. I can't see through the viewfinder very well. But right, so what I want to do then is, that's a little update on the goats. Those baskets have been a godsend. You guys have helped us purchase 3 of those. We were going to get 4, but they only had 3 in the shop. But it's great, that keeps the goats really busy. So that it's a combination of them eating out of there and on the fenced area that we had built by those 4 guys over 4 days. So it's been a huge benefit on our day-to-day setup here. We've got a bit of a Swiss Family Robinson affair going on here. This wooden post in the middle, that's going to come out. This is where we're going to have a sliding gate put in eventually, accessed via a new dirt track. So I'm going to have a walk down there in a minute. This was created when we got the big Ford tractor come back onto the goat island to shift a load of soil onto the new bridge. So we're going to show you the Culvert bridge in a minute, but now we've got this little dirt track for deliveries of goats and goat food, and we've left it nice and wide here that we can actually drive straight into here as well. So the guys are going to fabricate that and pop that in. These 2 posts haven't been cemented in, but they will be. It was just get it up as quick as possible so me and Toon could go off site and do our hospital stuff. Right, this will be a little bit shaky, guys. I can't put my phone on my gimbal. Again, I'm not using my GoPro at the moment because I just can't do any editing on the computer. Go back onto the hospital, the eye specialist, on the 11th. At the moment, I've got very little pain, same as before. My eyesight hasn't improved as much as I thought it. Well, I hoped it would. We're still looking at about 70–80%. So if that's what it is in the end, I'm willing to settle with that rather than having my eyeball scraped, whatever that operation is called. Right, you can see it's gone quite wild around here. That's probably because in here, if anything, it's been overgrazed or overbrowsed rather. It's just because we've had so many hospital trips, and I haven't been able to stay out with the goats. I've been hiding under the bamboo, just keeping an eye on them there. So this has gone a little bit wild, but the last 2.5 days, I would say, we've been letting them out here and round the back, which is great because it's given it time to recover, and also the grass has gone to seed as well. So there's next year's grass going to improve or increase, I don't know, tenfold, I don't know, guessing. Palms are looking fantastic. I will be doing proper updates on bamboo and palms, but I want to make sure that I've got the video camera for that rather than just use this phone, because I do want to do quite in-depth bits and bobs there, so that it will involve some editing. But very happy with that. The access road, the grass has started to encroach from both sides, which I'm really happy about. Toon's not so much, she wants it kept clear, but I'd like it as an edible road for the goats. It's more food for them. So coming up here, so this is where the tractor started moving the soil from and shifting it right down to the culvert down there. The lure's just in there at the moment, getting a bit of timber out. The guys have done a fantastic job. At the moment, if I just swing round here, they're back over there, and they've just started, well, yesterday they started clearing the shelf around the pond. That's our crayfish grow out pond, and today they've actually started doing the block work round it. So shiny block work to stop the crayfish getting out. So I'll just pause this a second. So we've got quite a wide culvert bridge here. It's 6 metres. I was anticipating 4 metres, and it's not that it's been a cock up, it's just that different people had different design ideas. So this was the actual design that I had in my head, that I wanted. But when Macro Man was here, along with one of the other guys, oh, there we go, nice of a tip there. They were talking about, sorry about this, I can't really see too well, the sun's on the viewfinder, but they were going to slope it like that, so 6 metres wide from here where the pipes finish, 1 metre in or 1.5 metres in both sides. You know, that should have left 3 to 4 metres up the top. But when our main builder came back, it was like, nah, we're not doing that, which I was happy about, because most bridges are done like that around here, and they as soon as they get heavy rains, it all collapses. So he came up with this design, which I'm a lot more happy about. The soil's only been roughly put back. We haven't had any heavy rain. It's a bloody touchy subject as always here. We just have not got sustained rainfall. The water is still coming up, but it's only 1 inch or 2 a day, if anything. Right, so all the soil from here was pushed to here. The sides here are going to be built back up on the other side. There's a lot of earth on that side. Going to be a great place to drop your line over here. We're not going to concrete the whole top. We're going to seed it. The guys have worked tirelessly in full sun as well. Can't express how happy we are with the guys. So it does look quite barren here, but this whole area on the right hand side here, this plateau bit, that's been scraped down by about 2 foot. It's also rounded the sides off on here. I'm trying not to get my fingers in the bloody viewfinder in front of the lens, but so apologies if it's coming out with fingers everywhere, guys. So now we've got the rain coming off the sides that way a little bit, because it had been left with a bit of a ridge on the outside, and it was just funneling all the rain down to here. So imagine that's a huge area, and it's just washing everything into the lake, not round the sides of the island, because I think I've said before that's just been scraped back by the excavator, whereas the bridge was actually excavated earth. So I don't mind it being this wide, because we're going to get huge trucks coming in and out of here. And while I've been laying up a bit, I've been researching a lot online, just listening to podcasts, and basically not really watching videos because the eyesight's not been that great, but listening to guys doing talks about bits and bobs. And one of them that I've been looking really into is utilising carbonised rice hulls or rice husks, which for a lot of the part of the time of the year here in Thailand you can get for free, but you have to, they don't mess about. You can't just take your truck there and they'll just drop a few, like half a ton in the back of your truck or whatever. You need to get a big truck in there. So quite often people will hire a double truck, or a truck and trailer rather, and they'll fill it all up. So you just pay a truck driver his time and effort and diesel. So we can get an absolute huge amount in here, drive it straight up to the goat house there, and throw it all underneath there. And then when I scrape it out, that's going to be combined with our composting system, which is going to be utilising our hyacinth. I also will have timber available to make my own biochar, so I will be adding it. But a lot of it now, once I get back into my chipping with our old banana shredder, I've been using wood chippings a lot, certainly around the bamboo and the palms, and they've come on leaps and bounds, and we've got mushrooms coming out of her ears as well. It's just fantastic. So wood chips is another thing that I was looking into. Watched my old Back to Eden movie, and yeah, I was quite impressed with that, so I'm incorporating that to a certain degree. I'm not going all in with wood chips, and I'm just combining it with other stuff like compost and say biochar, goat manure, goat urine. Yeah. So the goat island is still pretty barren, but you can see in pockets it is lush. So the seed, unfortunately, a lot of the seed got washed all over the place, namely onto the shelf. You look at these. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we sowed the seed, but it's looking pretty impressive, and different grasses going to seed at the same time. Look at these. It almost looks like corn, some of this, but it's not. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. So we've kept the goats off here. Also managed to get hold of some Napier grass, little stumps. There was a guy near us, he was growing Napier grass, but didn't have a huge amount of it. It wasn't worth him cutting it and selling it for cattle feed. And he knows we got goats, and he was one of the guys actually that was giving us lifts to the hospital and stuff. And he said, just go and help yourself. So I looked up online about Napier grass, and Toon had a look as well, so that's something we can do easily. So we took some cuttings and fed them to the goats. The goats love it, it's incredibly good for them. And then the sticks, we've just been sticking them every few metres around the edge of the lake. Up here as well, some of the sun hemp. This is the one that's safe for goats to eat. It's started to flower now. It's just giving it time to flower and go to seed. Loads of little bees on it already. It's fantastic. Loads of morning glory has survived the excavation of creating the island, and a lot of that's now dipping into the edges of the lake. The fish are loving that. But you can see, look at the growth is crazy. When you consider this isn't soil, I don't know what you call it. I used to call it moon rock, moon dust, whatever. It's pretty poor stuff. But grasses, nature, Mother Nature's stuff that I've been looking into quite a lot. And you know, bare soil, bare land. Nature doesn't like it. They like to heal it. You know, if you think of it as like a wound, they like to cover it up, and the quickest way to do that is with weeds and grasses, and then over time bigger stuff will start to grow. But yeah, it is thick, really thick. It's not weeds, remember, it's pasture. Not so much here though, but we'll get there, I'm not going to just let it seed itself 100%. When the seed's ready, this isn't quite ready yet, we will be giving it a helping hand. Good, very good. Can't wait to fill that up with a load of new goats. Right then, I think that's about it. So our culvert operation is now complete. Just got to shift a little bit of soil by hand just to tart it up around the outsides, but confident that will hold. So the guys are doing the crayfish retaining wall. What's happening next? They're then going to do the sliding gate to the goat area that's next to the house. We can do deliveries and let them out of there easily. They're then going to do the security gate on the island culvert bridge here. What next? They've already built us a frog tank, a crab tank and a shrimp tank. We've already stocked the crab and the shrimp tanks, so I'll be doing in-depth videos on those. Got some huge crabs that we got off our farm. There's a massive shortage of crabs around here at the moment, and oh, they are huge. You don't really normally see them that big around here anymore, but yeah, very proud of those. Proud of me crabs. Right, just a shame about this water level. Really want to get this up, put all the fish in there, and but it's just too low at the moment. We had one Herbert try and do electric shock in here, but he didn't get away with it. I'm not saying he's inside our crayfish now, but I don't think he'll be coming back again. Still getting loads of mushrooms. Toon and I went round yesterday afternoon. I suppose we got about another 6-7 kg. So we split them 3 ways, a third for us and a third for each of the 2 guys that are working on the farm. But great. I actually now like the elephant foot mushroom. And see, this is the great thing about giving something to someone for nothing. So the boys that we were giving the mushrooms to, they would say, why did you just keep on giving them to us? And Toon was like, well, Leigh doesn't really like them and she can only eat so many. And he was like, well, how are you cooking them? And she was like, oh, in the curry and all that, you know, coconut and frying them and all that. I said, no. He says, you boil them first. And what that did, boil them, and it gets rid of the earthy taste to them. Toon tried it, bloody lovely. So now, thankfully, because we've been getting some overcast weather and some drizzle, they're still populating around the island, and we hadn't looked for a couple of weeks. Obviously, with our situation, we haven't been walking around much. We've probably missed out on about, I'm not shitting you, probably about 40-50 kg of mushrooms. Seen all the old ones, but it's not the end of the world, because obviously they'll grow again next year. Right then, I'm gonna get back. I tell you what, last parting thought, I've started turning into me mum, guys. Not that I've started wearing big florally patterned dresses and putting my hair in roller, although my hair is getting a bit long. I've started pottering. I potter like my mum now, so I don't stop, but I go at about 5 miles an hour, and it's surprising at the end of the day how much you've pottered and got achieved. So yeah, I'm turning into Fran. Can't be bad, can it? Right, I need to try and find my off button and get this uploaded. Right, we'll see you again soon, guys. And again, thank you very much for all your kind words through various social media, guys. It's been fantastic. I know I keep saying thank you, but Toon said make sure you say thanks again. And Toon does read to me the comments, and yeah, some of them have been very witty, but a lot of them have been really heartfelt. All right, then, guys, and we'll see you soon, and we'll get some proper buff videos done again.